Midwest Furfest was always a con that I'd wanted to go to, but considering I live on the West Coast, it would be quite the trek to get over to Rosemont. For years I let this con come and go, and never even really attempted to register, enter the room lottery, or any of that. I've heard nothing but wonderful things about MFF, and I felt like I was missing out on an amazing con, but every year just something stopped me from being able to go. This year, however, was different. The stars aligned, and some amazing furries I wanted to meet were going to be attending, so my friend Solace the Wolf and I decided to enter the room lottery. If I didn't win, I wasn't going to fight to find a room. I just wouldn't go and would give it another go the following year. The lottery was entered, and we waited for the results. I'd already kind of written off that I wouldn't be able to go, that we'd miss out on a room and I'd have to watch another MFF go by. But that's not what happened at all. We won! I got the email and we'd won a room in the Crown, across the way from the con space and main hotel. I was so excited, I couldn't believe it. That said, was the con everything I'd hoped for and more? Would I recommend MFF as a con to go to? Would MFF once again pass Anthrocon in attendance? Find out all of that and more as I talk about my time at Midwest Furfest 2024 in Rosemont, Illinois.
Hey, it's 2 in the morning. Or sorry, hey everyone. Me should be barking here. It's 2 a.m. I just pulled up to the airport, and yeah, it's Wednesday. Or sorry, it's 4 a.m. I think it's like 6 a.m. Chicago time. I don't know. Time zones are fun. But yeah, we just pulled up to the airport. I'm gonna go check through TSA. I'm running a little late, but I'm also really early. Like, early for being late, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna go get that done, so bye.
I got up at the lovely time of 2 in the goddamn morning on Wednesday in order to catch my flight at 6 a.m. I'd driven up the night before with Splat and to see Maple really quick before I left again. I was on vacation for Thanksgiving with Argo's family the prior week too, so Maple had already been away for a whole week and I missed her so much. This also meant I got to spend maybe 3 hours at home in between trips and spent most of that time packing. Anyway, I got to the airport, got through TSA, and was officially on my way. I slept on the first flight, blah blah blah, who really cares about the trip there? I got off the flight and Ubered to the hotel and boom, I was officially at Midwest Furfest 2024.
Well, okay. After like 6 hours of travel, we made it. We're at the hotel. We're all checked in. Solace isn't here yet, so it's just me. But I'm all checked in, which means I get to unpack, which means puppy time.
I unpacked all my stuff while waiting for Solace, who got there a couple of hours later. I also recorded a TikTok in the meantime.
I do believe I'll give room service a jangle and have them send up some etouffee.
Anyway, Solace and I ordered Chicago Deep Dish, and it was really good. The DoorDash driver had a delivery that took forever ahead of ours, so the pizza cooled a bit before making its way to us, so that unfortunately affected how well the cheese pulled, but hey, it was still pretty yummy. After eating, we headed to the main hotel, the Hyatt, so Solace could show me around.
Oh my god, babe, we're matching. Oh my god. Aww, podcast boyfriend.
Now, you might be thinking, it's Wednesday and the con doesn't start until Thursday. Why would you go to the floor space? There's gonna be nobody there. And I thought the same thing, honestly, but man, there were a bunch of people suiting, walking around and hanging out. I even got to meet some fans. I think I got recognized riding the elevator up to the con space, so those poppy fur allegations might be more true than I want to admit. It also snowed that first night. This was one of the things that I was hoping for the most, as Solace talked about how amazing it was to have snow during MFF, and it really did make the night that much more special.
There's snow on the ground. There's a tree. There's snow on the ground.
Now, the snow wouldn't last longer than that first night, but it was still cool. Anyway, I also got to meet some furries that I'd wanted to say hi to for a while, such as Ash Coyote and Tokens the Wah. Ash makes videos about the furry community much like myself. You may know her through the fandom project she made a few years ago. And Tokens makes TikToks about retro games and such, and also runs furry-themed game show panels at cons, which I'll talk about later. Another person was Pip the Badger. I met Pip through Bark Bark Meow, as us three did some voices for characters in a video he made, and once again, we just kinda kept chatting. Pip was also super sweet, and I definitely enjoyed getting to know him a bit better over the weekend. I also got to meet Apollo. Apollo is the furry that I interviewed in my Starbucks fursuiter video, and we just kinda kept in touch and chatted off and on over the years. He's so sweet in person, and we clicked right away and had an absolute blast the few times we hung out. So yeah, Wednesday, also known as day -1, I guess, was already a blast. If this was any indication of how the rest of the con was gonna go, then I'd be in for an amazing time.
is me vlogging me. I always feel stupid doing these, but yeah, it's Thursday, midday of MFF. Yeah, I showed up for registration because I showed up at like 2. Yeah, I don't register until 5 because I'm not a sponsor, so I'm on my way back to the hotel for a little bit. But yeah, just kind of walking around. Yeah.
Thursday morning, I rolled out of bed and got Solace and I some coffee from the place downstairs, and it was awful. I got an iced caramel macchiato, and there was no taste of caramel whatsoever. All I could taste was the espresso shots. It was very not good coffee. Coffee complaints aside, after that, Solace and I headed back out to the con space. I was heading out to meet up with Pip so that we could chill in the main lobby and people watch for a bit, while Solace went to help his friend Blue Canary Gallery set up their booth and get ready for the weekend. Pip and I chatted about a bunch of things, from content creation to just life in general, before deciding to hang out and walk around for a bit. We ended up at a balcony area outside of a spot called the Fishbowl, and the cold winter air was so nice. Definitely a plus when suiting. After a bit, a couple of people came out in tactical gear and an American flag and blasted squeaker sounds, so that was my cue to go. They apparently recognized me, handed me a beer, then asked who I voted for, and then acted almost offended when I said I voted blue. One of them was like, I knew Misha was a Democrat, which, like, no Sherlock? Like, cool if you like my videos, but don't ask who I voted for at a con. It just struck me as them trying to instigate an argument or some kind of scene, and it made me very uncomfortable. Also, according to my Twitch chat when I streamed and talked about MFF, apparently they do this like every year, so I don't feel as bad anymore. But luckily Pip was there to rescue me from that situation, and we continued on with our day. After walking around and chatting with new people, Pip and I ended up at the main convention space so that he could go register. Traveling over there required trekking through the infamous Sky Bridge, which I want to talk about that for a sec. I know people like to goof and gaff about how hot it is in there, and truth be told, it did start getting a little spicy towards Sunday, but something I found out very quickly that no one seems to mention is how goddamn long the Sky Bridge is.
You've probably heard about the Sky Bridge. I didn't feel like nobody ever points out how long it is. I'm just gonna show you guys. You're probably gonna want to watch this at 2 times speed, or just skip to the end of it. That was Yak. Yak's a friend of mine. Oh hey, we're out of the Sky Bridge, right? No, this is the halfway point. We're not even halfway there. And we're up to 3 minutes. Hi! Okay. That was the Sky Bridge. That was a 6-minute walk. Yeah.
I had to do that multiple times a day, dressed as a dog or a fox. Anyways, I used that time after dropping Pip off to go back and grab Rascal and dress to the nines before heading to the Reg line for myself. Reg was daunting to say the least. Now I miss LineCon at AC, but Lord knows I heard about it, and there were tons of us there. How would it all be handled? How long was it gonna take? Would we even register tonight?
I recorded that first video at like 5:22. Reg opened at 5. I was pretty close to the entrance. So, anyway, point being, I'm recording this at 6:02. I don't know how the hell they did that, but like, I got the badge. The registration flew by as soon as we were going. So yeah, That's pretty cool.
It was probably the most painless reg process I'd ever been a part of for a con. Spokanthro and Furlandia were fine, but they were both smaller cons, so to have MFF rival the reg times of those cons was a welcome surprise to say the least. So major props to the MFF staff and organizers, you really did hit it out of the park on that front. Now, the machines did crap out at some points and cause delays, but that's not really MFF's fault. Yeah, it sucks and it stalled things, but that can't be controlled, unfortunately. The system they had in place was solid through and through, and got people through the lines and out into the con space as fast as possible. Anthrocon, take notes. Anyways, after getting registered, I went back to my room to get food with Solace. We got crab rangoons and pad thai, and both things were really good. That's kinda where the night ended for me in terms of being on the con floor. Solace headed out to go party and hang out with friends, and I, just hung out in my room and definitely didn't get absolutely zonked.
How the fuck am I supposed to... This was a stupid idea doing this in the mirror. How am I supposed to do this? Okay. Editing me shit, no matter how any of this shit sounds, keep it in. Just keep it in. Okay. Heyo everyone, Misha. Heyo everyone. It's the end of Thursday night, which I guess is technically I'm not even in the shot. What am I doing? Heyo everyone. It's the end of night 2, or I guess night 1. It's Thursday night, but I got here yesterday, so it's my night 2, but the con started today, so technically it's night 1 for the con. But yeah, it's been fun so far, even though the con hadn't like started until like a couple hours ago, I guess, technically. Like, it's felt like the con has been going on for a good while now. I fear I'm covering up the speaker, so I'm gonna hold it like this. I'm out of the shot again, fuck. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really know. I'm gonna head to bed. I'm really tired. Completely sober, by the way. There's no, there were no secret special snacks that would cause me to be a little, a little zoinked right now. No. But yeah. Bye. Well, not bye, but editing Misha, put the thing on the...
Good morning. Hello. It is day 1. I figured out that's what it's called. It's day 1. Friday of MFF. I always feel so stupid doing these. I'm not a vlogger, dude. This sucks. I don't know how people just like whip out their phones in public and are like, I'm gonna try this avocado toast. Like, how do they do that? Like, anyway, not the point. Today, there should be a lot more going on, since the con is officially open and a bunch of my friends are gonna be here. Probably gonna meet Papa Mutt today. I'm so fucking excited about that. I don't think I've mentioned that. Yeah, Papa Mutt's gonna be here. And yeah, just gonna go to a bunch of panels, see a bunch of friends, and have a good time. I'm a little early. I don't know if I can lock yet. I'm a little early, but yeah.
Friday morning, Solace slept in a bit, but I got up early and decided to head to the coffee shop in the Hyatt to hopefully have better luck for coffee there. I got one of the MFF cups from last year for only like $5 and got some drip coffee, and yeah, it was okay. It bears noting that I wasn't planning on taking my ADHD medication so that I'd be more free to put other substances into my body, so I'd left without taking it that morning. This will come back later. Anyways, after getting some very okay coffee, I walked across the Sky Bridge and met up with some of Papa Mutt's mods and friends. I feel like I was pretty shy and awkward at first. Well, in all honesty, I was like that no matter who I met, so just assume I was shy and awkward if I talk about meeting someone in this video. But yeah, they welcomed me in and we all took pictures and vibed for a little bit. Then, arguably the person I wanted to meet the most and half the reason I was excited for MFF walked in.
This is a video. It's a video now. Is there anything you want to... Is there anything you want to say to the people?
Misha's got his flying subscribe.
I got to meet Papa Mutt. I've mentioned him before, but he's a furry just chatting streamer. He's a furry content thief. He's a furry Twitch streamer who will watch my videos on stream from time to time.
I love these little PNGs.
Heyo everyone.
Ew! 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 Your eyes! Comment them, chat! Comment them!
Jokes aside, he adds plenty of commentary, so it's definitely not stealing my content, though I do expect a royalty payment at some point, Papa. He invited me to hang out in his chat once, and when I did, his community was also welcoming and so nice, and from there, we just kinda kept that structure. I joined his Discord, and we added each other on there so he could let me know live when he was watching my videos. or be an ass towards me, whichever he was feeling. I was wearing Misha at the time because we were taking pics, but I was also just so damn happy. I was grinning ear to ear and trying not to giggle to myself as I was finally getting to meet someone that I really look up to and respect, and I was so happy. The Mutt Mob, as they called the group on Telegram, ended up actually kidnapping me for a little bit while we did some walking around and suiting and generally just being goobers. I have a thing where I reflect the personalities and actions of the people I'm with, so Papa Mutt being an absolute dingus means I was also a bit of a dingus. Hell, he sang the entire Mickey Mouse song while I sat there marching with my arms to the side. Like, we were goofing off. After the Mickey Mouse march, we walked down through the Skybridge and into the Hyatt's lower area to hang out for a little bit. More of Mutt's friends showed up and they were all super nice. I tried to socialize, but again, shy and awkward, baby. We all collectively headed down to the artist alley, which I'm now realizing I didn't get any footage of and kind of beating myself up over it. There were some wonderful artists and sellers there this weekend who I hope got the business they deserved while in there. After that, I had to head up to the dealer's den. When registering, we were given a ticket and a time printed on it, and that was when you could attend the dealer's den early on Friday. Now, I'd forgotten my ticket, but that was okay. Solace grabbed it from the hotel and would meet me outside the dealer's den with it. All is well, right? Right? Yeah, he ghosted me. Nah, in reality, he was vending for Blue and just got a bit busy and didn't see my messages. It happens. That said, I was pissed at the time, and the last message was meant to be passive-aggressive as fuck, and there were tons of people around me constantly while I'd stupidly decided to not take my meds that morning, so I was overwhelmed, overstimulated, and over the bullshit. But I took the time to leave the con space and headed back to my hotel to recharge my social batteries. I used the walk back as my time to steep in anger and be upset, but after that, it was all fine. I wasn't gonna let that ruin my con experience. I was having a great time other than that. I mean, I met Papa Mutt for fuck's sake. How could I have a bad day? After my brief recharge, I headed to the Furry Family Feud edition, run by the aforementioned Tokens.
Name something a con roommate might do that would annoy the hell out of you.
Meat and fuck kingdom, Steve.
Meat and hot.
Lots of praise towards Tokens. He gave the performance of a lifetime up there, and his charisma really got myself and others excited for the game. Even through the technical difficulties that kept happening, he kept us entertained and engaged.
I'll give it to you.
He runs panels like this all the time at a bunch of cons, so be sure to look out for any furry-themed game show panels and make room in your schedule for them. You won't be sorry. After that exciting game, I needed another break because once again, Misha no meds, but ventured out again a little after 5 for the official opening of the dealer's den. The den was huge. There were so many vendors to look at for all types of furries, and it definitely had something for everyone. Everyone including myself, and Rascal. Can't really mention that stuff. I'll show off my haul later in the video, so stay tuned if you want to see what I got. The time flew by, and I ended up staying until close, which was 7. Then ran into Pip, who was heading back to the hotel, which was a coincidence, because I was also heading to the hotel. Because I had time before the next panel I wanted to attend, of course. No, I got the time wrong and it started at 7 and I missed it. I did, however, attend a different panel at 9 p.m, but that one also falls under the Rascal side of things, so no details. Other than the fact that I met a couple of people who knew who I was and watches my videos. It was really funny because I was wearing Rascal in the absolute cutest outfit, but I'd taken off my Misha badge because I was going to a panel that was very much not Misha-esque, but my MFF badge still said Misha be barking on it. So one of the people I met complimented my suit, then asked who I was before flipping over the badge and going, "Oh my gosh, you're Misha." I thought it was super sweet. And we chatted for a little bit. I also took some pics and met new people before finally heading out. The plan was to head back for a brief second to change, then head out to meet Solace at a rave. However, I got a little lost.
Okay, first off, where the hell am I? Two, just got out of a panel that I can't really go into detail about, but yeah, I had a lot of fun there. Met a couple of people that watch my videos, so that's really cool. It was funny because I don't have my Misha badge on, because it was more of a Rascal thing. And so, but I have the con badge that says Misha be barking. So like, people would see that, and they'd be like, "Oh wait, it's Misha, hi." So that was really cool. But yeah, just on my way to go home, change, and then go to the rave probably with Solace. So yeah.
2 hours later.
I recorded that video 25 minutes ago. I just got out of the fucking hotel. I got so hopelessly lost. I walked in a circle like twice. I was wearing indoor paws, by the way, which have no support at all. And I just got so hopelessly lost. Walked around in circles on the top floor. Half the friggin' doors are closed, so I kept having to find other routes. Finally made my way across the sky bridge, went the wrong way, ended up in the parking lot, had to go back. Finally ended up in the hotel main lobby. Way too many people. Struggled to find... Did I walk the wrong way? No. Yes? No? Now I'm lost again.
By the time I'd finally freed myself from the MFF backroom hell, my feet hurt and I was exhausted, so as soon as I got back to my room, I basically just went straight to bed.
My bed. My bed. My bed.
Saturday rolls around and I didn't have much planned, so I got to sleep in a bit. I did, however, start my day with going straight to the dealer's den to get a mask, as I wasn't feeling the best that morning. Truth be told, the entire con I always felt kind of blah. Nothing too serious, but I was never at the 100% full puppy power. I also got some stuff for Splat and Argo. I'm gonna show those now because they won't be part of the final haul portion. Argo couldn't make it due to work, so I didn't have the boy for this con, unfortunately. And Splat's one of my best lifelong friends, and was the one who watched Maple while I was traveling, so it was the least I could do. After that, I headed back to my room to take it easy. Oh, I also took my meds. I took my meds every day from then on. I headed back to the con space in order to meet up with Papa Mutt and friends and watch them play Magic. They played Commander, so it was a 4-man free-for-all. I understand all about Magic, but I think the game ended by Mari and Papa having the same card, which said for each creature destroyed you get a treasure, I guess, whatever that means. And these treasures led to a win con somehow, one that was put into place when Papa blew up everyone's boards, giving each of them tons of treasure tokens. That means that the other two players had a choice: take Mari out of the game so that Papa would win, or let things play out and Mari would win since her turn was first. There was really nothing they could do, so Mari won. Oh wait! In the plight of making the absolute funniest f***ing play ever, Mari would blow up her own win con at the end of the previous turn so that she would no longer win, giving Papa the victory. Papa Mutt says he already conceded by this point though, so congrats to whoever won, I guess. After this, we went our separate ways and I hung out with Pip some more back at his room. Eventually Solace came back, so Pip and I migrated over there and the three of us shot the shit for a bit before Solace introduced us to his backstabbing pal Mr. Rumpelman's peppermint schnapps. We all three took a shot, Solace kept pulling from that bottle, I started making vodka pink lemonades, and Pip was actually a good bean and stopped at one shot. But with 2 out of 3 of us getting swifty, we weren't going anywhere that night. We stayed and all hung out, getting progressively more drunk and bullshitting, listening to music and talking about anything and everything. And this continued well into the night, with us finally kicking Pip out at the ripe time of 3 a.m.
Last day of MFF, a little bittersweet. Bitter because it's the last day of MFF and it feels like it was just Thursday. Sweet because I've been out of town for 2 weeks. I miss my dog. I miss my boyfriend. I miss my bed. So it'll be really nice to get home. But yeah, just gonna make the most out of the last day. I don't really have any plans other than gotta record one thing with Solace. But other than that, yeah, just a pretty open schedule. Might meet up with some friends, might hang out in some spaces. Gotta go to the dealer's den one more time, obviously, but yeah, hoping for a great end to a really good con.
Sunday morning started fairly early for me, but I felt great all things considered. I drank quite a bit and didn't stay the most hydrated, but rolled high on my will Misha regret his life choices check. Solace, on the other hand, yeah, he had a bit more of a rough night than me and was sleeping when I rolled out of bed. We were originally going to record Bark Bark Meow at 10 a.m, but by 9 it was obvious Solace wasn't getting up anytime soon, so I decided that now was a great time to head out to the con space and record B-roll for this video. During this time, I got some coffee and was searching for somewhere to sit when I saw who may very well have been the fox of my dreams.
Don't tell Argo I might be in love.
Alas, our love was forbidden, as I am a taken dog in a very happy relationship and he was, well, a cardboard cutout. Romantic flings aside, while recording B-roll, I ran into Trip, who helped me record a couple of the videos and made me realize I should have friends help me with recording more often.
Background so we can talk?
Oh yeah.
Just gotta get like the signs and shit.
Hell yeah. The Hyatt Regency.
The Hyatt Regency.
Number 15, the Hyatt Regency.
Burger King burger.
Last thing you want in your Burger King burger is someone's burger. But that turns out that might be what you burger.
That might be what you burger.
Cowboys at Ram Ranch. That's a lot of cowboys at Ram Ranch.
Ram Ranch.
Ram Ranch. Number 15, Burger King Ram Ranch.
That's what you want in your ranch is someone's Burger King. But that's exactly what you might ram.
Okay, maybe not. We headed to Dealer's Den for one last time before Trip had to catch his flight out. After Trip left, I ran into the Mutt crew again. We chatted for a bit before I got invited to have dinner with them that night. Ladies and gentlemen, I was in the Cool Kids Club. But before dinner, I had to make sure Solace was still alive, and right when I was about to message him, he threw me a message. Jokes aside, it was almost noon by this time, so I was actually starting to get a little worried about him. I headed back to the hotel and we set up to record, before realizing that I own a MacBook, which doesn't have ye old USB ports, since Solace's mic needed a USB port. Whoops. That said, somehow the iPhone audio was actually good enough for us to use in the episode. If you want to hear that episode and how MFF was for Solace, then be sure to check out Bark Bark Meow on either YouTube or Spotify. After recording, Solace had to dip to help his friend tear down, so I invited my friend Apollo over to hang out for a little bit. It was nice to hang out and have it be chill compared to the constant busyness and bustling of the con floor. After that, it was time to go to dinner with Papa Mutt and crew, so Beanie picked me up and we headed over to an Indian restaurant. Quick interjection, by the way, just to say, holy f***, Chicago's traffic is terrible. Like, I don't know how people drive and get anywhere. Like, it was so bad. Oh my god. Dinner was great. I hadn't had authentic Indian food before, and it was all just so delicious. I got to chat with the Mutt Mob a lot more, and had a lot of fun getting to know them and chatting about my own life. I even got some helpful tips about streaming and how to make it easier on myself and better for my viewers. Not from Papa Mutt, though. He was all the way across the table from me, and the only convo we really had was flipping each other off and thanking him for the meal. Good talk, all things considered. Afterwards, we went to Beanie's place to hang out and drink mead that Papa Mutt had been making on stream. He took recommendations from chat, then used these ingredients to make mead, then brought that for his mods and the random dog they scooped up on the way to enjoy. Okay, enjoy might have been a strong word. There were also some dogs and cats, and they were super cute.
Hi. What? Oh, there you go.
Before the mead, though, we enjoyed a spiced pear liqueur, which was so good. We had it on the rocks, and it was so smooth, and it was like drinking an apple pie, honestly. The mead, on the other hand. Mod Sweat and Tears was actually pretty good. I enjoyed this one, but Dr. Rita was yeesh. This one was made out of Dr. Pepper, and boy, you could not tell by the color. This one genuinely made me almost throw up. It was rough. It smelled like black licorice and the worst parts of a beer, and tasted like, I don't even know how to describe it, like just the hops of a beer, like the worst parts of a beer again. I don't have words. Like, it was just bleh. Afterwards, Papa Mutt had to head back to get ready to leave, and I got an Uber back to the con. It was awesome to get to hang out with all of them. I'm so glad I got to meet and get to know so many awesome people, and I'm still just in disbelief that I got to meet Papa, Mari, and everyone. Oh, and Mari, this one's for you. Once back at the hotel, I had a very normal small chocolate bar, then got dressed up for the dead dog dance. Sorry, I gotta pause again and just say, fuck, I looked good, man. I'm not super confident in my body or my appearance, but when wearing Rascal, I just feel so good, and this fit made me feel unstoppable. Anyways, I headed down and met up with Pip, and we headed to the dance together. I recorded some more B-roll, but at night, and had a lot of fun at the rave. Pip was dancing way more than I was, but even the little bit of the shy shimmy I was doing was super fun. We were at the dance for roughly an hour before the dance ended, and the lights came on, and Midwest Furfest was over. I remember feeling a small sinking feeling when they turned the lights on, and we all slowly shuffled out of the room. But the night wasn't over, so I didn't have time to be sad. Pip and I headed back to my hotel room, and I had a bit more of the not special chocolate from earlier before we laid in bed together and listened to the dumbest podcast I've ever heard. It was called Please Stop Talking, and the episode was called Pass the Calf, and goddamn, it was hilarious. Now granted, I was pretty loopy by this point, but I was laughing so hard. Unfortunately, before we knew it, it was 2 a.m., and after a bit, I started to doze off, so Pip had to head back to his room, and I got up, devoured some food, and then went to bed. The next morning, Solace and I packed up our stuff, checked out of the hotel, and headed our separate ways, thus signaling the real end to Midwest Furfest 2024. It's time for the Dealer's Den haul. Like I said before, there was so much variety there. I found stuff all over for me, Argo, and Splat, and even the stuff that didn't appeal to me surely appealed to others. Anyways, I got tons of stickers for myself and not much else this time around, because I spent a lot of money on the Feet Paws and Rascal stuff, so hopefully it'll be easier to ramble long enough to show off the entire haul. It also felt a little less crowded than the AC Dealer's Den, and I think that's because there was a walking aisle in the middle of the room instead of what AC did with having tons of rows of vendors and walking on the side. Now, I enjoyed the layout of AC more in terms of organization and being able to find vendors I was looking for, but MFF's traffic flow felt better, so they both had their pros and cons. What's weird is the adult section's variety was really lackluster. I won't go into detail obviously, but all of the vendors except a few had roughly the same stuff between them. Of course, a couple vendors having the same or similar stuff is to be expected, but like, all of them? Anyways, yeah, I got tons of stuff and spent way too much money, which is how you know that it was a great dealer's den. All of that said, how was MFF, and how would I compare it to AC, and will I come back for 2025? I don't know if I can make a fair comparison between AC and MFF, because Argo was with me for AC, and that alone made that so much more enjoyable. But MFF also had a lot of perks too. One, which can't really be controlled, but it was the weather difference. Oh my god, it was so nice how cold it was. I was dying at AC with how warm it was and how humid everything was. It was awful. MFF had none of those problems, but again, that's not really fair to either because you can't really control the weather. I also really like how AC felt like part of the town was also part of the con space. Like, there were so many businesses in the downtown area that just appealed to and loved the furries being there. And there were furries everywhere on every block. It was great. MFF didn't really have this, so at times it felt like we were sardines packed into a can. This became a big issue sometimes as I got really overstimulated. That said, the people I got to meet at this con were super cool and just wonderful people. I'd already met Pip at AC, but I really got to hang out with Pip this time. We talked like once or twice at AC, but that was kind of it. But this time I really got to sit down and know Pip, and he's become one of my great friends since then. Staying with Solace was great, getting to meet some of his friends. Meeting Apollo was amazing, oh my gosh. And yeah, all the people that just came up, and I'm just always surprised how many people recognize me at cons. It's still a weird feeling. But yeah, I really did enjoy MFF, and I think if Argo was there, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. That's not to say I didn't enjoy it, so I don't really know if I can directly compare the two. But I still enjoyed it, and if the stars align again, I definitely see myself trying to come back for 2025. Now, would I recommend this con to others? I'd say if you're fine with big crowds and meeting a ton of new people, then yeah. I got to meet a ton of my friends at this con and get to know them better in the span of a weekend. It was also really awesome to see the variety in suits, furries, and everything in between. Just sitting around watching the different suits, seeing the different people, and hearing the many passing conversations was really nice. That said, if you just became a furry or are pretty shy and bad in a busy area, you might not have as good of a time. When on the con floor, it was very hard to find seating or to find a place to take a minute alone, and I was getting a bit overwhelmed at times, so if this is something that would be an issue for you, then MFF might not be for you. Not to mention the hotel room lottery. If you enter the lottery with other people, you have a much better chance to win, so entering alone means you're more than likely not going to win a room. That said, the con as a whole was really enjoyable, and I feel like it ran fairly smoothly over the entire weekend. So if you've got friends going to MFF and you're wondering if you should go to meet them, I'd say hell yeah.
You're absolutely amazing. Please, everyone get home safe. I love y'all so much. Have a safe flight, have safe travels. Thank you so much.
Should I do the mirror thing again? Is it too soon? I'll do the mirror thing again. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my MFF 2024 recap. I'm so glad I got to share what I did all weekend with you guys, and just thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for watching to this point. Yeah, I'm gonna pack because I got a flight in the morning, and then yeah, I'll be on my way home, but it was an absolute blast. It was one of my favorite cons, so yeah. Bye everybody!
So yeah, this was my time at Midwest Furfest 2024. This was an amazing weekend filled with unforgettable memories and lifelong friends. I'm so glad I was able to finally make it to this con, as I'd had my eye on it for years, and hearing Solace talk about how great it was made me want to go even more. Honestly, me going to MFF 2025 might happen. Only time will tell. But until then, once again, thank you to all the fans who came up and said hi. Thank you to Papa Mutt and his community for being so supportive and loving. Thank you to Solace for rooming with me, MFF staff for running an amazing con, and lastly, thank you to, well, you. Without the love and support from the viewers all these years, who knows how much of this could have or would have happened. I'm humbled to have the amazing audience I do, and I'll always be thankful for you all watching what I make. All of that said, that's the video. Let me know if you attended or want to attend, and if we got to meet. Anyways, like and subscribe, and I hope to see see you in 2025. Bye!